An Eastside Event Center known for throwing parties into the wee hours drew a different kind of crowd this morning.
This time it was firefighters and emergency crews after that building caught fire. Now, we told you about the Ozone Event Center fire this morning on Austin News Today. Luckily, it was empty when the fire began at 5 o'clock this morning. The cause is still unknown, but the owner says the club has had its issues with the county and their neighbors. Chris Sadeghi is there live with more on the place. It's been causing a stir. Chris?
Yes, it has been causing a stir. A lot of the people who live nearby did not care for the event center, but the owner says it was a work in progress. Well, now there's much more work to do after this building went up in smoke. At 5 a.m., this isn't the type of scene you expect to see at the Ozone Event Center. No, at that type of morning, you normally see a party scene.
We've had a very hard time with our neighbors. I've tried to talk to them several times. What can I do to make it better?
Since April of last year, owner Ricky Henderson would open his multi-purpose building up on Friday and Saturday nights for BYOB parties that sometimes would go till 5 and 6 a.m. in the morning with up to 300 people. Neighbors had become annoyed, and the county had been constantly asking Henderson to make adjustments to the building, and every time he made it happen.
I comply. You ask me to do something, it's done.
Sometimes they complain about like music and parking, but not too many people. They started to just let it go.
Stefan Mercer lives down the road and had been over to the event center a few times. He and others had learned to live with the music and the crowds and a good amount of deputies.
They were just making sure like didn't nobody get into fights or nobody was like driving home drunk or anything like that.
And the county code compliance would occasionally check to make sure no rules were being broken. This 11,000-gallon water tanker is one of the things they asked be installed. Ironically, they did not use it to put out the fire, which will put a stop to the parties for a while.
Neighbors can sleep peaceful now.
But for Ricky, this was about more than just a place to party.
It had become my life. Took away from everything. Time with my children. I took away from everything.
And if you're wondering why they did not use the tanker, the fire marshal says that they'll always look to use public sources of water first. As for the building, Ricky says it was partially insured and he hopes to rebuild. We're live on the east side. Chris Sadeghi, KXAN, Austin News.